not a castle, nor a towering skyscraper. Some bird nests are crafted so intricately and creatively that they leave the world in awe. Who would believe that in the heart of burning deserts or hidden deep underground lie extraordinary works of survival design? Each nest is a brilliant strategy, a masterpiece of instinct, and a testament to the remarkable intelligence of birds. Join World Mystery Wonders on a new journey of discovery, where nature and architecture merge in the most unexpected ways. Are you ready to step into the world of architects without blueprints? The journey begins now. Woodpecker. No saws, no drills, just the woodpecker and its chisel-like beak. With precision strikes and rhythmic pecking, this bird is nature's master carpenter, turning dead trees into shelters, nests, and even fortresses. Unlike open cup nests, the woodpecker's nest is a hollow cavity dug straight into a tree trunk. It can take days or even weeks to carve, depending on the wood's density. The tunnel is vertically aligned with a rounded chamber at the bottom, padded with wood chips. Simple, but superbly effective for insulation and protection. Interestingly, woodpeckers build new nests each breeding season, avoiding parasites and ensuring structural integrity. These abandoned nests often become real estate for other birds like owls or starlings, turning each cavity into a shared architectural legacy of the forest. Found across every continent except Australia and Antarctica, the woodpecker reminds us that, with just a beak, nature can craft astonishing works of functional art. Penduline tits, the master weavers of nature. Nicknamed the masters of craftsmanship, the Penduline tits have left scientists in awe with their perfectly crafted pouch-shaped nests. Small but incredibly skilled, these birds weave delicate hanging nests at the tips of branches made from feathers, plant fibers, and spider silk. Remarkably, their nests feature a false entrance, a clever decoy designed to fool predators. The real entrance is cleverly disguised with a sealed layer that blends seamlessly into the rest of the nest, often causing curious intruders to give up before finding their way in. The nest is not just a shelter, but a masterpiece of meticulous design and defensive intelligence. The male usually starts building the nest alone to attract a mate, and once paired, the female joins in to help complete it. Soft feathers are artfully intertwined into the structure, turning the tiny nest into a cozy, secure home. In the bird world, Penduline tits are like high-end handbag designers, where each nest is a unique couture creation, crafted with care, precision, and artistry. Victoria-crowned pigeon, the refined architect of Papua's jungles. In the dense rainforests of Papua New Guinea, the Victoria-crowned pigeon, the world's largest pigeon, isn't just admired for its ornate crown-like crest, but also for its quietly effective nesting strategy. Rather than cliffs or cavities, it chooses sturdy tree branches 5 to 10 meters above ground. Its nest, built from small twigs, dry leaves, and vines, is simple but stable. Both the male and female birds share the building process, a symbol of cooperation and care. Shaped like a shallow dish and balanced between branches, the nest is wide enough to shelter the single egg laid each time. For nearly 30 days, both parents take turns incubating, keeping the nest clean and shaded under thick canopy leaves. Modest in form, but intelligent in design, this nest reflects a deep, instinctive understanding of survival in a humid rainforest. Southern masked weaver, the climate architect. Amid the scorching heat of the African savanna, a small bird has proven that nature too produces master architects who design homes perfectly attuned to the climate. This is the southern masked weaver, a true genius of smart and adaptive nest building. Not only does the male weave nests from long, flexible strands of grass, but he also carefully considers wind direction, sunlight, and ventilation before he even begins. The nest entrance always faces downward to shield against rain and to keep the interior cool. Each nest takes the form of a compact sphere with a thick roof, creating natural insulation to protect chicks from the sweltering daytime heat and the chilly nights. Every knot is tied using only his beak and feet, a performance of craftsmanship at its finest. The female acts as the inspector. If she disapproves of the nest, she will immediately leave, forcing the male to dismantle it and start anew. With each breeding season, they begin from scratch, not because the old nests are damaged, but because instinct drives them to seek perfection. A tiny bird with a grand sense of architectural mastery. Kingfisher, the master tunnel digger of the riverbank. Hidden along steep riverbanks or quiet lake shores, the nest of the kingfisher is a true architectural reversal. Unlike most birds that build nests in trees, this one digs deep into the earth. Kingfishers select hard-to-reach clay cliffs by rivers to build their homes. A pair will take turns chiseling into the bank with their sharp beaks, forming a tunnel between 30 to 90 centimeters long, ending in a secret nesting chamber. Remarkably, the tunnel entrance is usually tilted slightly upward to prevent flooding during river surges. There is no soft bedding, just a layer of fish bones and scales that accumulates over time. Though unpleasant, this smell serves as a natural decoy to confuse predators. In complete darkness, the white eggs are incubated for 19 to 21 days. The chicks hatch blind and helpless, but perfectly protected inside their earthen sanctuary. With no twigs or leaves, the kingfisher opts for inverted architecture, a bold and brilliant nesting strategy that proves, in the wild, the safest place isn't always the highest one. Great Hornbill, the stalwart guardian of the rainforest. Amid the dense tropical forests of Southeast Asia, there lives a giant bird that has turned nest building into a breathtaking ritual of survival: the great hornbill. Instead of weaving nests or digging burrows, the female chooses a tall, hollow tree cavity as her sanctuary. But the real wonder begins only after the choice is made. Once inside, the female, with the help of the male, seals the entrance with a wall made of mud and tree resin, leaving only a tiny slit just big enough for the male to pass food through. Throughout the entire incubation and chick-rearing period, the female remains completely sealed inside, a harsh but brilliant strategy to protect herself, her eggs, and her chicks from predators. Meanwhile, the male works tirelessly outside, serving as the sole provider for the entire family. Only when the chicks are large and strong enough does the female break through the mud wall, and the reunited family continues their journey together. It is a deeply moving story of sacrifice, patience, and primal instinct, where every clump of mud carries the breath of love, protection, and the will to sustain life. Northern Carmine, Beeater, the underground architect. Beneath the blazing sun of the African savannas, the northern Carmine Beeater, radiant red like a living flame, chooses a surprising nesting strategy: burrowing into the earth. Instead of nesting in tall trees or rocky cliffs, they dig into riverbanks or vertical clay walls, carving out a tunnel that can stretch up to 1.5 to 2 meters long using their curved beaks and agile feet. At the tunnel's end lies a small chamber where the female lays 2 to 5 white eggs, safely hidden from predators and sunlight. These nests are not only hard to reach, but also excellent at regulating temperature, shielding the eggs from the harsh fluctuations of the dry tropical climate. Northern Carmine bee-eaters often nest in large colonies, transforming entire riverbanks into vibrant bird cities, alive with flashes of red and a chorus of calls. One of their most remarkable traits is their hunting technique. Bee-eaters catch insects mid-air, especially bees and wasps. During breeding season, the male diligently catches prey to offer the female as a gesture of devotion. Before delivering it, he skillfully removes the stinger with sharp, precise strikes. A brilliant survival tactic. Through their ability to carve homes from earth, these birds turn arid landscapes into warm labyrinths, the cradle of a future filled with dazzling flight. Purple Moore Hen, the king of the marshlands. In the dense marshes and vivid green waters, the purple moor hen, also known as the purple swampen, strides with the grace of a true king. With iridescent purple-blue plumage shining under the sun, a vivid red beak extending into a striking frontal shield, the purple moor hen carries an unmistakable and proud presence. Their nests are neither perched high nor hidden deep. Instead, they rest serenely atop thick beds of reeds or floating vegetation, woven from grasses and leaves in a traditional bowl shape. Though appearing fragile, these nests are remarkably resilient, enduring the unpredictable shifts of the marsh environment. What makes their nests truly special is the seamless blend of simplicity and efficiency. Both parents take turns guarding and nurturing their chicks, young ones who are ready to leave the nest just a few days after hatching. With their long legs and slender toes, purple moorhens move effortlessly across water surfaces blanketed with vegetation, as if walking on solid ground. Without the need for towering fortresses, the purple moorhen's nest remains a symbol of balance, craftsmanship, adaptability, and quiet resilience. A cradle for a new generation as strong and enduring as the endless marshlands they call home. Stork, the architect of the sky. Perched atop towering trees or even utility poles across Europe, Africa, and Asia, the nest of the stork appears like a natural fortress, vast, sturdy, and built with remarkable dedication. Though graceful in flight, the stork is a calm, meticulous builder on land. Their nests can reach up to 2 meters in diameter, constructed from large sticks, roots, dry grass, and even bits of wire or discarded plastic. Despite their seemingly messy appearance, these structures are incredibly stable, lasting for years and reused each breeding season. Both male and female work together to build and maintain the nest, reinforcing it each year and lining the interior with soft materials like grass, leaves, or feathers to cushion the eggs and shield the chicks from harsh weather. Some stork nests are so enduring, they're passed down through generations. The largest can weigh several hundred kilograms, becoming multi-level homes even shared with other bird species. Among all avian architects, the stork stands as a master of enduring construction, a symbol of devotion, resilience, and the brilliance of instinctive design. African jakana, the floating architect and devoted father. While in most bird species the female incubates the eggs, the African jakana flips this tradition entirely. Across the lakes and wetlands of Africa, it is the male who builds the nest, incubates the eggs, and cares for the chicks, while the female goes off to find other mates. Their nest is a simple yet remarkably effective floating raft, crafted from lily pads and aquatic vegetation, drifting gently on the water's surface. Though it may seem fragile at first glance, it is impressively stable. The male carefully checks the nest's balance to ensure it doesn't capsize under strong winds or heavy rains. When the chicks hatch, the father protects them by tucking them under his wings and carrying them around like a living, mobile pouch. Thanks to their long toes, African jakanas can easily walk across floating vegetation, making their nest a floating villa, both safe and incredibly agile. Without the need for towering walls or solid foundations, the African jakana's nest proves that sometimes the most precious thing is a father who knows how to shelter and protect his young. Malif, the master incubator, amid the scorching sands. In the arid scrublands of Australia, a quiet bird performs one of the most astonishing architectural feats in nature, the Malif. It doesn't soar through the skies or sing elaborate songs. Instead, it digs, piles, and monitors, like a seasoned engineer running a giant incubator. Rather than building a nest in trees or crevices, the Malif spends months creating a large dome-shaped mound, nearly 1 meter tall and up to 4 meters wide, composed of sand, soil, dry leaves, and organic debris. When the rains come, the organic matter begins to decompose, generating heat, turning the mound into a natural incubator. The male becomes a full-time temperature technician. Each day, he measures the mound's internal temperature with his beak and feet. adjusting the layers of soil accordingly, removing or adding material to maintain a constant warmth, just like a modern incubator. Each season, the female can lay between 15 to 30 eggs inside this mound. Once hatched, the chicks dig their way out alone and are completely independent from birth, receiving no parental care. In a land where life clings to survival, the Malif owl doesn't just adapt, it constructs. Its earthen mound stands not just as a nest, but as a biological marvel that rivals the ingenuity of human design. Bald eagle, the sky fortress of America's icon. Across the ancient forests and wild landscapes of North America, the bald eagle, the proud symbol of the United States, builds towering sky fortresses that command awe and respect. Renowned not just for their soaring flight and hunting prowess, bald eagles are famous for constructing some of the largest nests in the bird world, perched atop the highest trees. A pair of eagles may spend months crafting their first nest, weaving together massive branches and lining the interior with grass, moss, and feathers for warmth and comfort. Remarkably, with each breeding season, they add new layers to their old nest, making it increasingly massive and resilient. Some nests grow to nearly 3 meters wide, 6 meters deep, and weigh over 2 tons. The bald eagle's nest is more than a place to hatch eggs. It's a lifelong monument to commitment, as the male and female tirelessly work together to raise their young. Seen from afar, their nest resembles a floating castle, majestic yet nurturing, suspended high above the ground. It stands as a grand testament to strength, patience, and enduring love, perfectly mirroring the indomitable spirit the bald eagle symbolizes for America. Horned coot, the engineers of Stone Islands. Hidden in the frigid lakes high in the Andes, at altitudes above 3,000 meters, the horned coot may appear unremarkable at first glance, a plump gray bird with a small, horn-like crest on its forehead. But its nest-building strategy tells a completely different story. Instead of nesting in trees or along the shoreline, the horned coot chooses to build an artificial island right in the middle of a lake. Each nest is an astonishing feat. The male and female coots work together, tirelessly hauling thousands of small stones to pile into a large mound above the water's surface. It's estimated that a single nest can require over 500 kilograms of rocks, a rare accomplishment in the avian world. Only once the stone island is stable and secure do they begin constructing a soft, vegetative nest at the center, a safe cradle for their future chicks. Nesting in the middle of the lake not only keeps predators at bay, but also maximizes exposure to sunlight, providing natural warmth in the harsh highland climate. With a construction strategy that blends endurance, intelligence, and instinct, the horned coot transforms a barren lake into a safe haven. Its nest is not just a breeding ground, it is a testament to resilience and architectural ingenuity in one of the most unforgiving environments in South America. European Beeater, the master tunnel digger. In the world of birds, the European Beeater might just be the finest tunnel artist of them all. Instead of building nests in trees or shrubs like most birds, this vibrant species chooses to dig deep into the earth to create its home. At the start of summer, bee-eater couples seek out soft riverbanks, sandy slopes, or hillside embankments to begin their unique construction project. Using their sharp beaks like natural chisels, they patiently carve out long tunnels, usually between 1 to 2 meters in length, leading to a small, secure chamber at the very end. This cozy room becomes a warm cradle for their precious eggs. What's truly remarkable is that, during the breeding season, the male tirelessly hunts, primarily catching bees, wasps, and other flying insects, as offerings for the female, a ritual of devotion and care. Before presenting them, he skillfully removes the stingers with precise strikes. The nest of the European bee-eater is not just a shelter. It is a hidden underground fortress, safe, warm, and filled with the spirit of family. Long-tailed tit, Europe's tiny artisan, using spider silk and feathers. In the dense woodlands of Europe, you might spot a small spherical nest hidden among tangled branches. At first glance, it seems like a lump of moss, but up close, you'll see a marvel, the intricate handiwork of the long-tailed tit, a dainty bird with an elegant trailing tail. This nest isn't large, barely 18 centimeters, but its construction is astonishing. The bird weaves together over 2,000 pieces of moss held by sticky spider silk, forming an elastic shell that flexes like a hammock. On the outside, the nest is camouflaged with bark flakes, dry roots, and lichen. Inside, a soft cradle of more than 1,500 feathers, gathered from all over, cushioning 6 to 12 speckled white eggs. Despite its size, the long-tailed tit takes nearly 3 weeks to complete this miniature dome. A snug, sealed home with a tiny entrance, just big enough to squeeze through. Vogelkop Bowerbird, the stage artist of the rainforest. If the human world has installation artists, then in the natural world, the Vogelkop Bowerbird is the true master. A bird that has elevated courtship into a full-fledged art exhibition. Surprisingly, their homes, called bowers, are not meant for living. Instead, they are elaborate performance stages built by the male solely to court and impress a potential mate. The male spends weeks, even months, meticulously collecting twigs, colorful fruits, plastic scraps, and anything shiny he can find. All carefully arranged by color, tone, and size, creating what looks like an open-air art gallery. The area around the bower is designed like a miniature exhibition hall, where every detail showcases the male's aesthetic taste and refinement. When a female arrives to inspect the display, the male performs flamboyant dances next to his masterpiece. She doesn't judge solely by appearance, but by the intricacy, creativity, and care put into the bower. If impressed, she stays. If not, the artist must modify his gallery or start anew. A breathtaking performance where instinct, art, and love are woven together in a magical harmony. Hammercup, the master nest builder of treetop fortresses. Without blueprints or tools, the Hammercup, a medium-sized bird native to Africa, builds one of the most elaborate and awe-inspiring nests in the animal kingdom. Unlike most birds that settle for a few twigs, the Hammercup constructs a full-fledged dome-shaped structure resembling a miniature hut. This architectural marvel can weigh up to 50 kilograms, stand over a meter tall, and requires more than 8,000 pieces of material, from large branches and mud to discarded human items like plastic bags and rope. The nest is typically perched on a sturdy branch near water, taking weeks or even months to complete. Both male and female work tirelessly, layering mud to reinforce the walls and protect against rain, sun, and predators. A fascinating twist: even after Hammercups abandon it, the nest continues to serve nature. Owls, bees, snakes, and even small monkeys have been spotted repurposing these sturdy structures for shelter. The Hammercup may not dazzle with color or song, but it commands admiration through its masterful nest, a quiet monument to wild instinct and the genius of natural engineering. Montazuma or a Pendula, the swaying nests in the sky. If you think the previous birds were impressive, wait until you step into the rainforests of Central America to witness the breathtaking architectural marvel of the Montazuma or a Pendula. Their nests are not just places to live. They are works of art suspended in the sky. Imagine a basket nearly 2 meters long, woven from soft plant fibers, gently swaying at the tips of towering tree branches. The male is the chief architect, responsible for building multiple nests at once to attract potential mates. And the location? Always at the very end of the slenderest branches, places predators can't reach. When the wind blows, the nests sway like cradles, helping the chicks develop a sense of balance from the moment they hatch. It's a nest that's both secure and soothing, like a treetop attic room floating in nature. With this clever strategy, the Montazuma or a Pendula proves that their nests aren't just beautiful. They're fortresses that dance with the wind. Sociable weaver, the communal apartment complex of the savanna. Amid the sun-scorched grasslands of southern Africa stands a natural architectural marvel that leaves anyone who sees it in awe: the nest of the sociable weaver. Unlike the typical solitary bird nest, theirs is a massive, multi-story apartment complex, hanging from large trees or utility poles across the savanna. Woven from dry grass, twigs, and other plant materials, each communal nest can house over 100 pairs of birds and can endure for decades. Every bird couple has its own private chamber, much like self-contained apartments. Remarkably, the internal design is highly intelligent. The upper layers retain warmth during the cold nights, while the lower sections stay cool during the scorching daytime heat. From afar, a sociable weaver nest looks like an enormous haystack clinging to a tree. But inside, it is a miniature world, a place where every family enjoys a private, safe, and comfortable living space. Not only do sociable weavers benefit, but unexpected guests like sparrows, woodpeckers, and even snakes often seek shelter inside. Their nest stands as a living example of community architecture in the animal kingdom, a place that balances privacy, safety, and ingenious creativity. Tailor bird. If there were an award for sewing in the bird world, the tailor bird would win it hands down. This tiny bird, common across South and Southeast Asia, doesn't build its nest with twigs. It literally sews its nest using real leaves. The female selects a large, flexible leaf and, with astonishing precision, pierces its edges using her beak and threads spider silk, soft grasses, or animal hairs through the holes, much like a needle stitching fabric. These stitches don't tear the leaf, but instead run through the outer layers, keeping the leaf fresh and pliable. The result is a pouch-like nest concealed within the folded leaf, lined with dry grass and soft fibers. Tailor bird nests are not just ingenious, but almost invisible, tucked away so cleverly that few predators ever notice. Each clutch holds 2 to 4 eggs, which are incubated for about 12 to 18 days. During this time, the mother stays ever vigilant, guarding her green cocoon of life with quiet determination. Among the simple shrubs, the tailor bird leaves behind not just a nest, but a handcrafted marvel stitched into the heart of nature. Baya weaver, the most persistent weavers. In the world of birds, if there's a true symbol of patience and masterful craftsmanship, it must be the Baya weaver. These small birds have turned nest building into an extraordinary performance, where each nest is a stunning masterpiece of weaving. The male is solely responsible for every step, from selecting the perfect site to tying the very first knot. Using long, flexible strands of grass, he weaves intricate nests shaped like hanging water droplets, suspended delicately from high branches. Especially remarkable is the clever design: a narrow, elongated entrance tunnel leading down to a cozy main chamber, where the female will lay eggs and raise her young. This structure not only shields against rain and sun, but also serves as a formidable defense against predators. The construction process takes several days, with each knot and each loop requiring absolute precision. Once the nest is complete, the female will inspect it. And if it fails her standards, the nest is abandoned, forcing the male to dismantle it and start all over again. With tireless determination, the Baya weaver proves that, in the natural world, true artistry always demands unwavering perseverance. Ovenbird, the potter of the bird world. If there were an award for the most creative bird nest on Earth, the ovenbird's nest would be a top contender. Unlike the typical hanging or floating nests, this South American species chooses a completely different approach, building a nest that resembles a miniature clay oven. Their nests are made entirely from mud, mixed with dry grass, molded carefully with their beaks and feet into a domed ball, complete with an entrance and an internal incubation chamber. Once dried, the structure hardens like fired clay, incredibly durable and perfectly weather-resistant. It's because of this kiln-like appearance that they are called ovenbirds. Their nests are usually perched on tree branches or wooden posts, standing tall and sturdy against the elements. What makes them even more remarkable is that no two nests are alike. Each one is a unique, handcrafted masterpiece, reflecting the individual style and character of the parent birds. Here, craftsmanship and survival instinct meet, resulting in one of nature's most extraordinary architectural achievements. Flamingo Mud Fortresses amid the waters. Amid the desolate salt lakes, where the sunlight shimmers on the water's surface and the wind blows fiercely, flamingos quietly build their extraordinary fortresses out of mud. Unlike many other birds that choose branches or shrubs, flamingos use soft mud as the primary material to construct tall, cone-shaped nests. The parents take turns gathering bits of mud, carefully layering them to create a mound about 30 to 50 centimeters high, just tall enough to keep their precious eggs safe above rising waters or sudden rains. At the peak of each tiny fortress, a single egg is laid, becoming the heart of a delicate survival strategy. These mud nests not only protect the eggs from flooding and predators, but also help newly hatched chicks adapt to the harsh environment from their very first moments. The sight of thousands of flamingo nests clustered together across the lake resembles a vibrant city of mud rising from the wilderness. It's a breathtaking testament that even in the harshest conditions, nature still finds a way to craft incredible wonders, all through persistence and an unstoppable instinct to survive. Cactus, Ferjenous, Pygmy owl, the desert warrior hidden in thorns. Amid the thorny cactus fields of the western United States and northern Mexico, the tiny Cactus Ferruginous Pygmy owl has crafted a nest unlike any other, hidden inside the towering arms of the saguaro cactus. Yes, you heard right. They live within the sharp, spiny columns that most creatures avoid at all costs. These cacti have soft wooden cores, allowing the owl to carve out a hollow using its beak, creating a cool, quiet, and virtually impenetrable refuge. The spines outside not only deter predators, but also regulate the internal temperature, shielding the nest from the scorching heat by day and preserving warmth at night. Despite measuring only 15 to 18 centimeters, this little owl is fiercely brave on its territory. It will readily confront larger animals to defend its nest without hesitation. A small warrior in a coat of rusty brown feathers concealed within the harsh desert landscape, its nest stands as a true symbol of intelligence, courage, and supreme adaptation. Ruby-throated hummingbird, a tiny marvel of nature. Don't let the tiny size of the hummingbird fool you. The nests of the ruby-throated hummingbird may be no bigger than a bottle cap, yet they are engineering marvels that would make any architect bow in admiration. With a body barely heavier than a coin, the female tirelessly builds a miniature nest that is perfect down to the smallest detail. Shaped like a tiny cup, the nest is woven from soft moss, plant fibers, and most importantly, spider silk, nature's own glue, giving the nest remarkable elasticity. Thanks to this design, the nest can expand day by day as the chicks inside grow. Outside, it is camouflaged with moss, lichen, and bits of bark, blending seamlessly into the surrounding branches. Warm, soft, and almost invisible to predators. While the hummingbird darts through the air like a living arrow, its nest remains serene, delicate, and utterly secure. A smart little home with the incredible ability to both grow and vanish into nature. Our journey through the extraordinary architectural wonders of birds has come to an end, but the miracles of nature are endless. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to leave a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out on more incredible discoveries from around the planet. See you in the next videos.